Today we're creating a modern acrylic house number sign using laser cutting and premium materials to give it a clean floating look. Custom house numbers are great laser cutting products because they're so modern, profitable, and highly customizable for clients. In this video, I'll show you the design process and the settings that I used in LightBurn so you can see exactly how it was made from screen to cut. All of the acrylic materials used in this project are also available to purchase from MaxLaser. When you buy a machine from us, you'll get access to the MaxLaser Academy, where we teach you how to create designs and get the most out of your machine. So here I'm sizing up the base first, then adjusting the middle frame because it felt a bit too thin. I started editing the nodes and using guidelines to keep everything lined up properly on all four corners. Then I used the contour tool to thicken the frame a little more and clean it up. After that, I fixed the spacing on the 26 because it didn't feel centered properly. I used guidelines to find the exact middle point so both numbers sit balanced. Then I used the contour tool again to help place the standoff holes evenly around the design. What's crazy is before MaxLaser Academy, I genuinely knew nothing about designing. Everything I know now came from the Academy, and when you buy a machine from us, you get access to all those design courses too. Now we're in LightBurn, and I'm using the camera to align everything so I know exactly where the material is placed and where the job will run. For the standoff holes, I put them all on the same orange layer so they're processed together. Then I add a lead in at -45 degrees. A lead in controls where the laser's first pulse starts and how it transitions into the cut path, helping avoid any visible start mark or burn spots. I preview the job, adjust the settings until I'm happy, and make sure all the holes behave consistently. On the red layer, which is the frame, I enable lead in and lead out to keep the cut entry and exit clean and controlled. The blue lines are scoring guides for the numbers, so I know exactly where to place them later. For settings, I cut 3mm acrylic at speed 15 with 75% power and score at speed 150 with 7% power. Now for the top layer, which is the matte black acrylic. Lead in and lead out don't always behave perfectly when you've got multiple small shapes. Even if you set the same angle and length, LightBurn can still change the order it starts in. So sometimes it begins on the inside of a shape and sometimes on the outside. On bigger frames, it's great for cleaner entry points, but on smaller detailed pieces, it can get a bit inconsistent. Because of that, I ended up switching everything back to a red cut layer. Since the matte black acrylic has a protective film on it, the initial laser pulse isn't really visible anyway, so it doesn't affect the finish. So I just run it as a standard cut at speed 15, power 75 with air assist off. this is the finished result, a sleek modern acrylic house number sign with a layered look. If you are getting into laser cutting, this is a great type of product to start with because it's simple, it's quick to make, and it's easy to sell. You can build a solid side hustle around work like this. If you do want to get into laser cutting and see one of the machines in action, you can contact MaxLaser to book a demo. Thanks for watching, and I'll check you in the next one.